Alright, today we're going to make a painting, kind of my political pop realism style. I'm going to have kind of a border here. I'm going to have the desert running up to the border, maybe the Rio Grande, I'm not sure. I'm going to have a border wall, big tear gas canister, due to Trump. And I'm going to have the outline of like one of the border towns, maybe San Antonio, El Paso, I'm not sure yet. And I want to include in the background maybe a little McDonald's arch to kind of symbolize America. So wish me luck. Thanks, guys.
All right, so the question of the day is, how long was the Great Wall and how successful was it in history?
All right, let's run through the colors. Mars Black, Raw Umber, Burnt Umber, Raw Sienna, Primary Yellow, Pearly Red, Quinacridone Magenta, Phthalo Blue, Ultramarine Blue, Phthalo Green Blue shade. All right, so we're ready to start. I kind of have this mountain from El Paso. It's kind of the background with the star of El Paso, and I have some TV antennas on the top that's going to capture the set. I've added in the wall. The wall's in a different place, but I thought it makes more sense this way. Maybe I'll add the Rio Grande, and I'm going to have a huge canister of tear gas there in the big end. So wish me luck. So before we get kind of a start on this, I like the area up here. It's really nice, kind of blending in the sun set. It's a little tricky because you got to go red to blue, and then you have a yellow, which creates mud, so you have to kind of really carefully brush that in back and forth. So it's probably a couple layers. I got the outline of the mountains roughly. Got to probably darken right around the edge here, just to kind of break it with the sunset's developing. This green is a little bit too bright in chroma, but it's kind of like the right direction of a contrast between the mountains and the back. I gotta add the white in there too. There's kind of a snow background or gravel on top of this. So again, I'm kind of making this up. This is just kind of a general layout. I gotta add the city in here and then add the fence back in. So we'll see how it goes from there. Alright, so we got the next layer done. I like this area here, it's pretty good. The sunset I'm more or less happy with. This is kind of a mess. I'm making it up, so it's kind of showing that I'm making it up. I'll probably have to use a second, a different type of landscape to bring this more forward. It has to be probably darker and redder. It does have some of the red elements, but some of the colors are getting very muddy, so I just got to figure that out and then add the fence in here, so we'll see where it goes from here. Alright, today we're going to start, I need to clean this up a little bit. Kind of the color's a little funky. It's kind of blue-green. The mountain's probably more grayer, a little bit of reddish. It's a lack of brown, light brown. So I need to capture that, put that in, put the city back in. I think the sky is basically done. Maybe clean up the edges around here, and we'll move to the next layer. Layer. I'm working the city. I don't think I like it. I think I'm gonna wipe out the city, make this all mountains, and just have the fence with the can. So right now it looks pretty good. Star's not so great, but it works. Yeah, the skyscraper is just a nightmare. It's way easier to do rock formations than landscape with cityscape, because you also have to be proportioned, straight. Probably use tape. These mountains probably should be flatter next to this. So yeah, I think it works if you had used this as just pure San Antonio, or El Paso. But since I'm gonna have the fence here, it doesn't make sense to have this in the fence. Maybe it does, we'll see on the next layer. Alright, so we got kind of the city laid in. I'm not super happy about it, but I'm just going to live with it. And I got to light in the fence, but I'm missing tape, so I got to go get the tape. So unfortunately they closed on Sunday because it's Hobby Lobby's the only art supply, and they believe in Jesus. Oh, so they're not open. Alright, today I'm going to either finish this off or just put in the fence. I might just put the fence in. The town isn't working as well as I wanted to, so it's like, oh, I gotta just move on. So I'm laying in the initial colors of that wall. I'm using kind of a black mixed with white, red. I'm kind of giving it a little rust, you know, really ugly color. Kind of a shame for a painting. But you got to kind of make the looks kind of contrast with the beautiful sunset and how ugly the wall is going to be. So that's my plan. So I just missed painting that. Anyway, I think you guys get the point. I'm going to add in some trim once this dries, make the wall feel more like a wall, and we'll see where it goes from there.
So the question of the day was, how long was the Great Wall and how successful was it? So the wall was almost 4,000 square miles long in various sections. So it had different sections depending on where the empire of the Chinese was at the time. Now, when it was taken under the Qing Dynasty, I think that's how you say it, Genghis Khan just simply, he figured out how to destroy the wall or actually ride around it. So, and he ended up conquering the whole Chinese empire. So the point Trump right now is making is build a wall. You know, any immigration are just going to swim around, take boats around, fly over. It's just not going to work in the long term. It might work for a couple generations, maybe a couple hundred years, who knows, but end game, it's not going to count for squat. So it's really just a huge waste of taxpayer dollars. So however you swing on the political spectrum, but it's gonna fail. So that's my question today. Hope you guys enjoy it. All right, so we just wrapped up the painting, so let's take a closer look here. So I got kind of this skyline. I've added the TV towers in for El Paso. I got the star of El Paso, so you know it's El Paso if you're from there. And then I've added the one of the versions of the wall that's been put up already, and obviously you guys can read the lettering. So this lettering was actually put up on one section of the wall currently. So I just thought it was a really great political statement because it's in English and partially in Spanish. And that really resonates obviously with anyone from Mexico. If you guys didn't know, the Mexican president, one of the ex-presidents, Vicente Fox, who worked at Coca-Cola, so he's very good at English, so he went on YouTube and he totally told Trump off when he decided, we're going to build the wall, blah, 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 Mexico's going to pay for it. And Vicente Fox basically said, hey, fuck you, we're not paying for your fucking wall. As the ex-president of Mexico, so just like this quasi, like, you know, like burn everyone possible down to the ground, create as much negative PR as you possible. But like Eminem said, if you're either with me or you're with Trump, so fuck all the Trump supporters.